Hey guys, Bman here. Welcome to today's video. Today we've got a banger for you guys. We've got a video that a lot of you guys have been asking for a while. We've got how to pull blueprints with Dragon's Breath and things like that, guys. Now, in this video, take note of this background footage right here too, guys. You can rewind and watch it over again if you want to. Watch it slowed down if you want. But what the background footage is showing is two different pulls. And in those two pulls, I used the same blueprint to pull from. And when I pulled, I'd done exactly the same thing both times, and I selected the exact same attachments both times. The only difference that I actually made between the two times I pulled was I actually selected the attachments in a different order. So instead of selecting the barrel and the muzzle as the first two attachments I selected them as like the fourth attachments that I selected, and I selected the stock and the magazine before the barrel and that. And the order that I actually select the attachments in changes the result of the skin on the barrel that I pull. So for people trying to complete blueprints, keep that in mind, that the results that I pull might be different from what you pull, simply by my attachments were equipped in a different order to the way you equip them, even though you equip the exact same attachments as what I do, and you start with the same blueprints and stuff like that. So keep that in mind, guys. But with that said, we've got how to camo swap onto the blueprints you pulled and all sorts in this video, so you guys know the deal. Get down there if you haven't already, smash that like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already, leave me that awesome comment. We'll have a quick word about today's sponsor, and then we'll just get straight into this, guys. As you see here, it's a completely different barrel to the one that we pulled the first time, but we actually put all the same attachments on and everything as this one right here. Smash that like button and let's get into this. If you want to unlock Dark Matter, Abyss, and Nebula camos in Black Ops 6, or grind them extremely quickly in bot lobbies, be sure to check out MitchCactus. They're the biggest and most reliable in Call of Duty, which will help you with weekly events and rare bundle codes for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Browse their 1,500 verified Trustpilot reviews and thousands of personalized vouchers. They're the go for all your things Call of Duty. Use code Bman for 5% off, and thanks MitchCactus for sponsoring today's video. Okay, let's start off with the requirements. For this video, with the method that we're doing in this video is with Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3's Dragon's Breath rounds. So to get that, you need to have a blueprint with it. You either already have a blueprint with it, or you can go along to here to the Bryson 890 and you can get a really cheap blueprint with it. Just come across to the shop and it's still available in the shop right now. Come across to the exhaust pipe blueprint, and for 500 COD points you can get this bundle right here, Hot Rod bundle, and it comes with this blueprint right here which has the Dragon's Breath rounds on it. So if you need to get the Dragon's Breath round, this is a way that you can obtain the Dragon's Breath. Go and buy that bundle, and then you'll be able to use that Dragon's Breath rounds off that gun to be able to do everything you see me doing in this video. Now with that said, once you've obtained your Dragon's Breath rounds on your weapon, what you want to do is for the camo swap side of things, when we get to camo swapping, you will want to have lots of different variants of that same blueprint, so that same gun with all the Dragon's Breath rounds on it, and lots of different variants of it with all your different camos that you want to apply to your other guns. So go along and store the camos on that Dragon Breath gun to be able to camo swap with the Dragon's Breath weapon. So we're going to load into game and we're going to show you exactly what to do. How I'm going to turn this blueprint here into the Cosmos for the STG. So with this, keep in mind, I'm not in the broken account state. So what I mean by that is if I go along and duplicate something, it actually creates the duplicate, and I can go along and create another one too. Right? I can go along and delete these so that you guys know that understand the broken account part, that's not in play for this stuff. You do not need a broken account to be able to do this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this blueprint here in my class. For the peace of mind for people, it's reset to default. It's just this blueprint. Then I'm going to load into game and I'm going to do the steps. I'll display on screen the steps too for people that want it written out for them, and I'll also go along and explain it as I go. Now I don't have time to do this very much because the mode that I'm using is Battle Royale Casuals Resurgence, so I literally have 36 seconds in the pre-lobby to get this done. So I'm going to go through it really fast. I have the steps written on the screen so you guys can slow down and pause and see and read the steps as well. So with that said, let's go and show you exactly how to do this. So we've found a match, and now the first game is when we pull the blueprint and we set the blueprint up. We want to get it with the attachments on it. I'm going to show you this done twice, like I did in the pre-lobby at the start of this video. I'm going to show it twice. I'm going to show you first me getting the Cosmos blueprint with the Cosmos barrel, and then the second time I'm going to also show you guys us doing the same thing, but we're going to get a different result, and the only difference will be the order in which I select the attachment. So take note of what order I select these attachments in, because that order is going to change the result next time. So let's go in and show you this. Okay, we load in, we select our class, then we quickly go along and we select our gun with our Dragon's Breath on it. Then we back out of our class, go back in, and we quickly go along and we select the gun that we want a blueprint for. We say create new and on the base weapon. Then we quickly go through and we do our attachments. So for this, I want to set up in this specific order. Take note of the order I'm doing it in. The next time we do this, it's going to be different. Then we come along and we set this up just like this. We have to be fast because I don't have much time to do this in the pre-lobby. And then I have to end this by going along and selecting the gun that has the Dragon's Breath rounds on it. After I end with the Dragon's Breath rounds gun in my class, I say leave match. Now I have to be fast doing that. As you've seen, I have Vix and no time in the pre-lobby for where I'm doing it. So for me, I have to be really fast. But I've written it on screen, the steps, just follow those steps. This is just me showing you that those steps work exactly as they're written. So then we come back to here, and here we have the gun here, and we've pulled this barrel here for the Cosmos, right? Now you won't see the actual base of the gun being the Cosmos variant, but in game it displays a different variant to what it shows in the menus. So what you need to take note when you're pulling is the variant that you're holding when you're in game. We didn't get to see this in game, but just know that this one is the variant that has the Cosmos variant. When we get back in game, we'll actually show you, and I'll be in when we get in game. This variant here is going to have the Cosmos variant with this barrel on it and look cool. And next step, we'll be able to go along and apply the camos to this. But before we apply the camos, I'm going to show you this variant like this, and then we're going to go along and we're going to do the exact same thing we just done here. But you've seen how I applied the attachments just then? What I did is I applied a stock, then I applied a magazine, then I applied the suppressor, then I applied the barrel, then I undone this, undone the stock, I reapplied a stock, and then I applied the optic. That got me this result right here. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go in, we're going to use the exact same blueprint to pull, we're going to do exact same steps, but instead I'm going to apply the muzzle first, I'm going to apply this second, we're going to then go and apply the stock, apply the magazine, undo the stock, redo this stock on, and then apply the optic. All the exact same attachments as this time, but you're going to notice that we're going to actually result a different barrel pulled, all just because of the order in which we equip these attachments in. So that does matter. Let's go in and show you guys that right now, and then after that we'll go through and we'll show you guys how to apply all these camos and stuff. So let's go along to this thing here. We'll quickly go in and we'll put it back to that same gun that we just had before. This weapon right here, we'll come along and we'll set this to favorite so it's at the top. Now this is the other one we just pulled just a second ago. We'll go back to that in a second, or we'll carry on from this one. Let's go in game, and now we'll do the pull process again, and you'll notice that we'll get a different result. Okay, so we load in, we select our class, and then we quickly do just the same that we just done before. We go across to our Dragon Breath weapon, we equipped it, we back out to the loadout, then we come back in, and then we say create new on our STG, the base. Then we go to the muzzle this time first, we go to the barrel second, then we go to the stock, the same attachments we done last time, those ones. Then we undo that, equip that, come across to here and equip the exact same attachments as we done just last time. Then we go along to the shotgun to finish it, so we come across to complete it. Make sure that you do this, otherwise all this stuff won't stick. Equip the shotgun with the Dragon's Breath at the end, and then we say leave game. You'll notice though, this time we don't have the Cosmos barrel. We have a different barrel. All The only difference that we done is the order in which we actually selected the attachments to put onto this gun, guys. And that is just how much things can change just by being orders, guys. Okay, so I need to stress that to you. So if you're having trouble completing a variant, maybe it might be as simple as you just changing the order in which you're selecting blueprints. Maybe it might be super complicated and you might not even have the items to be able to complete it. I can't answer that, and the only way you could answer that is if going out there and trying. So these two weapons here with these two different barrels were built from the exact same blueprint with the exact same attachments applied and everything. The only difference is the order in which these attachments were applied. So with that said, that ends that. Now let's get on to how to apply your camos to all of these using Dragon's Breath, and then we'll get into how to apply and run unowned camos on these. Okay, now to apply the camos, we do that in game as well. Now all we need for this is we just have a gun in our class that we're going to apply the camo for. So this is the gun that we just pulled just before, the Cosmos variant. It's actually the variant as well. Then once we get in game, all we need to do is go along, swap to the gun that has the Dragon's Breath rounds on it, and then we want a second copy of a gun with the Dragon's Breath rounds on it that has the camo applied to that we want to swap onto our blueprint. And that's that simple. After we swap to that second weapon of Dragon's Breath, then we can just leave game, and when we get back to the menus, that camo is going to be applied to the blueprint that we've already got in our class pulled right now. So let's go in and show you guys that happen right now, and then after that we'll show you how to run camos that you do not own, if your profile has them. I will not be showing you in this video how to obtain those camos. That is in previous videos. Now we load in game and we've got our gun, right? This is the blueprint that we pulled, the Cosmos blueprint. We go across to our shotgun with the camo on it, or with the Dragon's Breath rounds, and we select one. It will not change and apply that camo yet. We just need to do it a second time. So we go in and we select our second one. And now that camo will apply to this gun. Now we have the Cosmos variant with the Cosmos barrel, variant barrel and everything, and with the camo applied. We can now just say leave match, and now that camo is applied. Next game, we don't have to do anything to be able to use that camo on that gun or anything from this point going forward. We can now just run that as from this point on as if it was a gun that we owned and everything. That class is now set up. We can go in, you can just get them, you don't have to do anything silly to be able to select the classes from loadouts or in plunder and battle royale or anything. It will just work. So simple as, easy as, you can now go out there, and that's how you camo swap onto the guns for guns that you've pulled and even guns that you haven't pulled. As long as you've got the camos stored on your guns with the Dragon's Breath rounds on them, and you've got more than one copy of the Dragon's Breath rounds, you can go along, and the second one that you swap to is the camo that applies. It's just that simple, guys. Go out there and apply your camos. And finally, to apply the camos that wipe, so these are the camos that when you put them in your class, then you go out of your class wipes back to what was previously. So generally camos that your profile has not unlocked before. You either have these or you don't. For this video, I'm not showing you how to obtain these. But what you need to do is you need those camos on a base variant, not a blueprint, without any attachments on those guns like you see here. So I've got the different camos set up on that gun with no attachments on that, and these are the camos I'm able to apply. I'm only able to apply these camos for one game and use them, and in each game I have to actually apply them. Each game I have to do the step in the pre-lobby to be able to use these camos on the gun each game. Now, there is some camos that will stick. So like this camo here will stick, this and a couple other camos will actually stick, like this camo here will stick. The camos that do not wipe, you can have on the second gun. You need two guns created. You need one with the camo that wipes as the first one you select with no attachments. Then you need to, after that, you need to swap to a gun of the same gun and a base variant, but this one needs to have an attachment. The camo on this gun will actually apply onto the blueprint that you're camo swapping onto, and will be on that gun when you get back to the menus if it's a camo that does not wipe. Now, after we swap to this gun, we then go along and we swap to back to a gun that has no attachments on it and has the camo that does wipe. That camo will apply temporary onto our gun for that entire game, and that is how we're able to run the camos that wipe for entire games. At the end of the game, that camo will not be on the gun. It will be the camo on the gun that was on the gun with the one attachment. So again, what you need to do is you swap to a gun that has no attachment and a camo that wipes. Then we'll swap to the one that has a camo that doesn't wipe but has one attachment. Then we can swap back to the gun that has the camo that wipes, and it will apply to the gun that we're using. I'll go in game and we'll show you guys exactly that. Okay, well, I managed to get a plunder game for this, so that's pretty awesome. So I got more time to be able to actually show this. That's awesome. We'll be able to even show this in game. So we come in game and we select the blueprint. This is the class that has the blueprint that we just pulled, and we've already got a camo onto it and everything. It's still, see, as you've seen, we don't have to do anything special to be able to use it. We can just use it, right? So now we can go along and use that. Now all we want to do is we want to go along and we want to select the one with the camo we can't use and no attachments. Back out, come back in, and we just go along and select the one with the attachment, back out, come back in, and then we select the one with the camo on it, guys. And it's just that simple. Now it just applies the camo, and now we have the camo applied on the gun, and we can use that with that camo all game long. And mercury camo, because mercury camo was on the gun, on the blueprint that we just selected as the second one that had the attachment on it, mercury camo will be sitting on our gun when we get back to the menu. So when we come into our next game, we'll be able to just run it with mercury camo without having to do anything funny to be able to camo swap if we want, or we can simply just do that triple swap there to be able to apply a new camo onto it, whether we want borealis or something like that on it. So we'll load down and I'll show you this now with the camo that would normally wipe running on it, and we could, if we bored of this, we could simply just swap it to another camo again, and simple, just like that, guys. So we'll load down and we'll have a quick look at this. As you see right here, we now have it with the dark matter. As you've seen, it loads in all game long. We'll be able to use it. We can go along to here and we can come along, and maybe we got sick of dark matter on it. We want to chuck the nuke camo on it. So we go along and chuck that onto it, and then we'll just go along and respawn. And you'll see now we have the nuke camo on it. We can run it with the nuke camo all game and stuff like that. When we get back to the lobby though, we will have the mercury camo on it. And you can just run whatever camos you like off the other gun. So you only need to store your camos on one gun's blueprints and that. And you can apply the camos in game at will, just like this, guys. It's simple as, easy as. You can run all your camos, whether you own them, whether they wipe or whatever it is. Easy as, guys. So you guys know the deal. Get down there if you haven't already. Smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not already. Leave me that awesome comment. Share this video with your friends. And of course, comment if you guys got any more things that you guys need me to touch on for some tutorials. Maybe you're confused about something and how things work. Let me know in the comment section, because I'll look into it for future videos. Smash that like button. Keep being awesome, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's load back and we'll end the video by showing you guys this with the mercury camo on it, just like I said. So when we leave game, we come out of here, and here's the gun now sitting here with the mercury camo. So when we go back in game, we could either just run it with the mercury camo, or we could simply just do the triple swap of swapping to this gun here, swap to this gun, and then swap, and we could run it with borealis, and so on and so on. Simple as, easy as. Thank you guys for watching my videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bman out.